So today I wanted to film a tour my ukulele collection. Is that what I'm gonna tell this video? I have no idea. I have 5 ukuleles and I kinda wanted to talk about how I got into playing the ukulele, how I acquired each of these, and how it got to be just so many, because 5 seems like a lot. It is a lot. But here we are. Okay, so I started playing the ukulele 3 years ago. I watched the 21 Pilots cover of Can't Help Falling in Love, and I was like, yeah, I want to learn how to play that. My sister already had a ukulele. Grace already had one. My dad had bought her one 10 years ago. And so she had this little pamphlet, and actually on the back of the pamphlet was Can't Help Falling in Love with all the chords, and I spent one summer's evening. It took me 3 hours, and I just played over and over and over again. A million times. I've played that song probably a million times at this point. So yeah, that's why I decided to take it up, and for the next 3 weeks all I did was play the ukulele. It got to a point where I couldn't strum, change chords, and sing at the same time, so I got frustrated and I actually ended up giving it up for about 9 months. And then the next spring I found I had a little bit of extra money, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy my own ukulele. That way I have to learn and I have to get good at it. So I went online and I bought my first ukulele, and now I have 5. So, alright, so what I'm going to do is this is all of them, so there's another one up here that you can't see, but there's 4 on my wall, and there's a 5th one that just stays in storage. So the first ukulele. So, this is the first ukulele I ever bought. Her name is Perry, after Christina Perri, because I'm a big fan of Christina Perri. It's a Recording King soprano. I got it off of Guitar Center. That's what it sounds like. It's got this really cool sunburst, design on the front that I think is so beautiful. This is what the back looks like. It's really nice. It's like plywood. And for the first 3 months of playing the ukulele, it's basically become an extension of my arm. It hardly ever left my hands, and all I did was play it. I couldn't write songs, I couldn't compose or anything. I always wanted to, but I couldn't actually until I bought a ukulele, because I think the chords are so simple and so basic that finally I had something that was accessible to compose on. And so I did, and actually the first song I wrote on this. It's called Tough Love. Still one of my favorites, and my sisters sing it all the time, which I think is kind of crazy to think about. So whenever I go to compose anything, whenever I go to write a song, sorry about that, that was my cat. So whenever I go to write a song, this is usually the one I grab, just because I've written all of my songs on this one, so I just feel like I should keep writing my songs on this one. So yeah, this is Perry. Stage at the end, there's gonna be a whole kind of montage, so you can hear how they sound. I'm gonna do a song that I play a lot. So this is Perry. Okay, this is Ty. I want to say hi to Ty. Is one of my personal favorites, I would say. I think that's pretty. I have something about him that I love. This ukulele I got about 3 or 4 months after I got my first ukulele. It was a birthday present from my family, and because I was playing Perry so much that they're like, okay, we're gonna get you another one. I got this one off of Etsy. It's actually customized. I worked with a girl online, and we worked together on I wanted the cymbals. So obviously this is a 21 Pilots ukulele inspired, even says so right there. And I wanted little cymbals on the side, and then the quote says, "So excuse us while we sing to the sky," which is one of my favorite lyrics from Screen off of Vessel. She was great to work with, super simple, and I love him. He has a very light, very soft tone, and probably I would say one of the cheaper model. He is the cheapest model out of all of them, out of all of my ukuleles, but I still love him. Big fan. That is Ty. Okay, this is kind of where my obsession, I think, started. So, I had 2, and you're probably Maria, that's enough. You have 2 ukuleles, and you can play them on alternate days. Except George. When I was searching online on Guitar Center for ukuleles, he was actually one of the first ones I ever saw. The special thing about George, he's an Epiphone ukulele. He is actually modeled off of a Les Paul electric guitar. So, like, classic guitarists like Eric Clapton, George Harrison, John, like, they played Les Paul's electric guitars. And so when I saw this, I was like, oh boy, do I have to get this. And I did. About 3 months after I got tied. So in 1 year, I bought 3 ukuleles, and it was a little insane. So this is George. He's really narrow because he's actually an electric acoustic. So I can plug him into an amp. So he has a much shallower sound. It's not as loud. So it's a very unique. The interesting thing about him is he gets out of tune the fastest out of all of them. Everyone can hold like their own tune pretty well. He goes sharp so fast. And he takes the longest to tune out of everyone. But I love him the most. He's just so pretty. Like, I mean, look, like, especially like this white panel. He is, I think, just gorgeous. And got little, he's got knobs for straps, which I think is really cool. So that's George. So the next one I waited 9 months to get another one. But that's longer than my previous track record had been. The next one is actually not hung up on the wall. It is this one. So this is actually a baritone ukulele. It's soprano, concert, tenor, baritone, and there's actually a bass ukulele. I haven't looked into that yet. So this is Stevie. All of my ukuleles are named after a famous musician. So we had Christina Perri, Tyler Joseph for Ty, George for George Harrison, and this is Stevie Nicks. I got Stevie off of Amazon. So she's pretty big compared to the other ones. She's got this really cool little wooden design, and she's the lightest out of all. She's nice and thick. She's big. She's got a really broad sound. Her frets are bigger, which makes it a little bit harder to play. I have poor wrists, so that's why. Also, the strings are a lot tougher. So she's a little bit more difficult to play. I find I don't play her as much. And the neck's bigger, but she does have a really cool sound that I really love. So the reason I bought Stevie is I was watching, there's an artist, a musician on YouTube named Dodie, and she was talking about a song that she had written recently, and she had written it on the baritone ukulele. She played like 3 notes on the baritone, and I was like, I really want a baritone now. And so I told my mom. My mom was like, yeah, just buy a baritone. I was like, cool. So I bought a baritone. Got her off of Amazon, like I said. The interesting thing about baritones is that they actually can come tuned to 2 different settings. Mine is tuned just like a regular ukulele, which is G, C, E, and A. But sometimes they're tuned like the top 4 strings of a guitar. I thought about doing that one. The thing is that I would have to learn like a whole new set of chords and like fingering and stuff like that. So I decided not to do that. So that's Stevie. Okay, and now for the last one. This is, oh, that's hard to see. I'm going to do it that way so you can actually see what it looks like. This one I got this summer, I believe in June. So I waited a whole year to get this one. This is Benji. He is an Enya concert soprano, and he is my current favorite, I would say, because Benji is actually made out of like a polyurethane plastic. And the cool thing about him is he's super shallow, and as you can see, unlike the other ones, he doesn't have a hole in the middle. He actually has a sound hole right here, and the strings are super thin and super light. They're super whimsical. Chezzy. They're super light and whimsical. I apologize for my dogs. So perfect for finger picking. And this summer I knew I really wanted to get more into finger picking, and so when I found him online, I heard a sample of how he was played, and I started crying because it was so beautiful. And my sister was like, you are ridiculous, just buy this ukulele, because I felt so guilty for getting a 5th one, and they're like, They're going to use it all the time, and the truth is, I do. I play these every day, every single day. And my favorite thing to do is to like create a set list, like different songs for different ukuleles, and I play all of them in one go, and it's so fun. It's honestly the best part of my life right now. So yeah, he's in Enya, which is a Asian company, and their whole thing is to make like good quality instruments, but at a lower price range, so people can so they're more affordable, which I think is wonderful. So yeah, that's Benji. He is named after Ben Gibbard, who is the singer slash songwriter of Death Cab for Cutie. So thanks for watching my ukulele collection. Stay tuned. I'm going to be doing like a little music montage too, so you can hear how all of them sound. Thanks for watching.